The gentle heart of the forest. In a lush, green forest nestled between towering trees and blooming wildflowers, there lived a gentle squirrel named Sammy. With soft brown fur and a bushy tail, Sammy was known throughout the forest not just for his agility but for his kind heart. While other squirrels busied themselves gathering nuts and playing games, Sammy spent his days helping his fellow forest creatures. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves danced in the breeze, Sammy noticed a young bird named Bella struggling to fly. Her wing was injured, and she couldn't reach the berries she loved. Without hesitation, Sammy climbed the tallest tree, picked the juiciest berries, and brought them down to Bella. Grateful, Bella chirped, "Thank you, Sammy. You're the kindest squirrel I've ever met." Word of Sammy's kindness spread throughout the forest. When the river overflowed and flooded the mole family's burrow, Sammy organized a group of animals to help rebuild it on higher ground. When a young hedgehog got lost, Sammy retraced the little one's steps and guided him safely home. Sammy's days were filled with acts of compassion. He helped a family of beavers repair their dam, assisted an elderly turtle in crossing a busy path, and even shared his own food with hungry chipmunks during a harsh winter. His selflessness knew no bounds, and the forest thrived under his watchful eye. One day, a fierce storm approached the forest. Trees swayed, and animals panicked. Sammy climbed to the highest branch and called out, "Everyone, gather in the big cave on the hill. It's safe there." Trusting Sammy, the animals followed his lead and found shelter just in time. After the storm passed, the forest animals decided to honor Sammy. They held a grand feast with nuts, berries, and songs. The wise old owl declared, "From this day forward, let Sammy's kindness inspire us all." And so, the forest thrived, with Sammy's acts of compassion reminding everyone that a single kind heart can make a world of difference. The sun had barely risen when Sammy the squirrel awoke to an unusual stillness in the forest. The usual morning chorus of chirping birds and rustling leaves was absent. A heavy, humid air hung over the treetops, and dark clouds loomed ominously on the horizon. "Something's not right," Sammy thought, his bushy tail twitching with unease. As the day progressed, the sky darkened, and the wind began to howl through the branches. Leaves swirled in chaotic patterns, and the forest creatures sensed that a storm was imminent. Suddenly, a loud crack echoed through the forest as a bolt of lightning struck a nearby tree, causing it to splinter and fall with a thunderous crash. Panic spread among the animals. Sammy sprang into action. He climbed to a high branch and called out, "Everyone, follow me. There's a big cave on the hill that will keep us safe." Trusting Sammy, the animals gathered their families and belongings, following him through the pouring rain and gusty winds. The journey was treacherous, fallen branches blocked paths, and muddy terrain made footing slippery. At one point, a young rabbit named Rosie slipped and was swept away by a fast-moving stream. Without hesitation, Sammy leaped into the water, battling the current to reach her. He grabbed Rosie's paw and, with great effort, pulled her to safety. Finally, soaked and exhausted, the group reached the cave. Inside, they huddled together, sharing warmth and comfort as the storm raged outside. As the storm subsided, the animals emerged to find their forest home damaged but still standing. They began the task of rebuilding, grateful for Sammy's leadership and bravery. From that day on, Sammy was hailed as a hero, his courage during the great storm becoming a tale passed down through generations. The Festival of Thanks. In the heart of the lush, green forest, where sunlight filtered through the canopy and birds sang melodious tunes, A sense of excitement buzzed among the woodland creatures. The animals had decided to honor their dear friend, Sammy the squirrel, for his unwavering kindness and bravery during the recent storm. Sammy had always been a beacon of hope and compassion. From helping a young bird named Bella reach her favorite berries to guiding animals to safety during the fierce storm, his actions had touched every corner of the forest. To show their gratitude, the animals planned a grand celebration, the Festival of Thanks. It would be a day filled with music, dancing, and feasting, all dedicated to their beloved Sammy. Preparations began in earnest. The birds composed cheerful songs, the beavers built a grand stage near the riverbank, and the rabbits gathered the freshest vegetables from their gardens. Even the shy hedgehogs came out to help, collecting wildflowers to decorate the festival grounds. As the day of the festival approached, anticipation grew. The forest was abuzz with activity, and the air was thick with the aroma of delicious dishes being prepared. Everyone was eager to express their appreciation for Sammy's selfless deeds. On the morning of the festival, the sun rose with a golden hue, casting a warm glow over the forest. Animals from all corners gathered, their faces alight with joy. The stage was adorned with garlands of flowers, and tables were laden with an array of delectable treats. Sammy arrived, his eyes widening in surprise at the sight before him. He was greeted with cheers and applause, his heart swelling with emotion. The wise old owl took the stage and addressed the crowd. "Today, we gather to honor a true hero. Sammy's kindness and courage have made our forest a better place. Let us celebrate him with joy and gratitude." The festivities commenced with lively music and dancing. Animals of all sizes joined in, their laughter echoing through the trees. Stories of Sammy's good deeds were shared, each tale highlighting his generous spirit. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the forest, the animals gathered around a large bonfire. Sammy stood before them, his eyes glistening with tears of happiness. "Thank you, my friends," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Your kindness means the world to me. I am grateful to be part of this wonderful community." The Festival of Thanks became an annual tradition, a day to celebrate kindness, unity, and the spirit of giving. And at the heart of it all was Sammy, the kind-hearted squirrel whose actions had inspired a forest. The treasure hunt. The morning sun peeked through the leafy canopy, casting dappled light onto the forest floor. Sammy the squirrel stretched his limbs and yawned, ready for another day of adventure. As he scampered down his tree, he noticed a group of animals gathered around a large, colorful poster pinned to a tree trunk. Curious, Sammy approached and read aloud, "Grand Forest Treasure Hunt. Join us for a day of fun, riddles, and surprises. Meet at the old oak tree at noon." His eyes sparkled with excitement. A treasure hunt. That sounds like fun. At noon, animals from all over the forest assembled at the old oak tree. There were rabbits, foxes, deer, and even the wise old owl, Oliver. The organizer, a cheerful raccoon named Riley, stood atop a stump and addressed the crowd. "Welcome, everyone. Today, you'll embark on a treasure hunt filled with clues and challenges. Work together, solve the riddles, and find the hidden treasure." The animals buzzed with anticipation. Riley handed out the first clue. "I'm tall and green with leaves so wide. Under me, many creatures hide. Find me where the sun does peak. My roots are strong, my trunk unique." Sammy pondered the riddle. It must be the big maple tree near the stream. He and a group of friends, including Benny the bunny and Fiona the fox, raced to the maple tree. There, they found the next clue hidden in a hollow. I twinkle at night but hide by day. In the sky, I light your way. But now, I'm hidden in a place so cool, where frogs do leap and fish do school. The pond, exclaimed Fiona. They hurried to the pond, where they found the clue beneath a lily pad. The treasure hunt continued, leading the group through meadows, over hills, and into caves. Each clue brought them closer together, fostering teamwork and friendship. Finally, they reached the last clue, where stories are told and laughter rings, where we gather for all good things. Return to where your journey began. The treasure awaits, as per the plan. Back to the old oak tree, shouted Benny. They sprinted back, hearts pounding with excitement. There, beneath the tree, was a large chest adorned with colorful ribbons. Riley greeted them with a grin. Congratulations, treasure hunters. You've completed the quest. They opened the chest to find an assortment of treats, nuts, berries, and handmade trinkets. But the real treasure was the bond they had formed during their adventure. As the sun set, the animals gathered around a campfire, sharing stories and laughter. Sammy looked around at his friends and smiled, knowing that the true treasure was the joy of friendship and shared experiences.